Welcome back, everyone. I am the Dungeon Master, and this is The Castle in the Clouds, a living world campaign where every week a new game is run in a completely new world as the castle teleports throughout a multiverse of alternate realities and completely different dimensions and planes of existence altogether. This week, Sir Pierre finds himself exploring an ancient and crumbling crypt below the surface of an otherwise desolate planet. There is nothing living that he can find that anyone has found within any distance of the castle that has teleported above this ruined city and a crypt below it that Sir Pierre has now begun to explore. As he walks down the stairs, he can
Can I
smell.
have, before I left the city, can I have uh had my maybe paid someone to come with me or something? So I'm not just down here alone.
Yeah, I mean, that's that's a very good question, especially for, well, we're still starting up and trying to entice more players to come and play. That having a cohort could definitely be useful and should be something that can be purchased from the city. I will work on getting something in place for that, but because of the time constraints of getting it set up right now, and because I don't know exactly how I want it to work, I'm gonna have to go ahead and just run this as a solo mission. But no worries,
Okay.
I have
Yeah, yeah.
this balanced for one level 2 player right now.
Okay, awesome. No, that's fine. I was just wondering, i for future times.
Oh, absolutely, and that's a great question. And I think that, well, we're getting the party together, that there should absolutely be a way to um, get NPCs to at least kind of soak up some attacks and all of that. But for now,
Nine.
I just balanced this for one player, so it'll work.
Awesome. But anyway, I was going down the stairs.
Yes, and I just need to set up the light on your shield.
Awesome.
And there you go. You come down the stairs and you are in a stone hallway that is slightly decaying, and you can smell the stench of death coming from inside. It's thick.
You cut out there.
That was it. It's thick.
Oh, sorry.
As you round the corner,
Oh,
your light seems to startle a swarm of bats who flies at you.
oh, okay. So I guess I'm gonna hit him if I might. Yep, get that out of the way.
The swarm of bats flies at you. They occupy your space and bite at you. So obviously 14 doesn't come anywhere close to Sir Pierre's armor class. He raises his shield, shining his bright light at the bats, dispersing them as they bounce off of his metal skin and shield. Swinging his warhammer at the swarm of bats, you strike, knocking a couple of them out of the air, but not dealing the amount of damage that you would have assumed you should have dealt with such a mighty swing. That's my way of cluing you in that they're resistant to your damage. And then Shield of Faith, so that gets you up to a 23. Right? Yeah. Okay. No problem. Sometimes if you disconnect and reconnect or restart it, it will work better. But no worries, you can type. The swarm of bats continues to attempt to bite at Sir Pierre, paying no heed to the fact that he is made of wood and stone and metal, as they are simply enraged that something is shining a light down here where the light has not shone in years.
Yeah, thank you for the advice. It worked.
Yep, I've been dealing with Discord and Roll20 and all of that for years, so I know all the little tricks and all of that. Man, that 22 is
Yeah.
nice, but still not enough. So it wouldn't have mattered even if they
Wait, it
had
has
advantage.
advantage?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have advantage. I was just pointing
Oh,
out that it
okay,
wouldn't have
good.
mattered even if they had advantage, because even as nice as that 22 is, it's still not enough.
Oh, does that hit?
That I think is still a hit. They don't have a very high armor class. I'm just gonna double check though. Just a hit.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Max damage though.
You bring your hammer down and smash 2 or 3 bats out of the air with one swing, but it still feels like you're just kind of chipping away at a big swarm.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Forgot about it.
I usually remind someone of at around the halfway mark if they haven't done anything. The swarm of bats is completely ineffectual against Sir Pierre's superior warforged armor. He finds them to be annoying, but nothing more.
Oh, I missed that time.
Swinging at the bats, they have dispersed just enough for you to start missing as you swing at them. If only I had another swarm to flank you with. I don't think swarms can flank though actually because they have to be in your space anyway.
Yeah, could two swarms be in my space?
I don't think so. Although I do have special homebrewed giant swarms that deal more damage because there's just that many more of them swarming on you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I wasn't
So I
gonna.
hit them pretty good.
Yeah, you do. And as you smash the next two bats out of the sky, you notice that they have finally started to disperse enough for it to be noticeable.
Oh, nice. Like, is it almost not a swarm anymore?
Oh, what's going on? Why isn't that working?
Can it not attack?
No, it was just supposed to shrink automatically with this API script that I have, but
Oh, oh, it crit me, but since my adamantine things, I
yeah,
only get 4 damage.
yeah, you can't be crit, you know. But it did finally manage to scratch and claw and bite at you enough to rip a small piece of stone free from your flesh, and it drops down to the ground. Of course, it happens when they have the reduced damage now because they're bloodied. Well, bloodied isn't really a thing in 5th edition. It's when they have
It's
half of their maximum hit points, they deal reduced damage.
oh,
I just call it bloodied because it's a carryover from 4th edition, which that was one of the mechanics I actually liked.
yeah. I've heard of it and it sounds pretty cool. Like half of it is bloodied and then 10% it's like something else. I forget what was called.
Yeah, there was wounded and then staggered or something like that. Yeah. Uh-oh. Where's my swarm
Did
of
it bend?
bats? Oh, the macro was working. There we go. It was just taking it a second.
Um, yeah, it's super small now. I think I hit him.
Yes, you did. And now there is only a couple of bats left scratching and clawing at your face and shoulders and chest plate. You really made them mad, apparently.
Right? They crit me. Well, they tried to anyway.
Metal Man is just too hard to pierce.
Oh man, bad, bad.
You try swinging your warhammer, but the bats that remain are clinging to you, like I just said. You might have to grab them with your own bare hands and rip them off. I mean, I like to use the roles to help tell the story like that.
Right? Like how I wasn't hitting the other day, and then he told me to punch him, and it worked.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. Anytime that you can allow the rolls of the dice to help you tell the story, it's just gonna, enhance everything because it goes along with what is actually happening.
Right. So did that work?
Yes, you grab one of the bats and crush it in your hands and throw it to the ground.
Nice.
There is only one bat left. Grabbing the last bat, you throw it to the ground and stomp on it with your metal foot. Annoying little creatures, you think to yourself.
Nice. I think I'm gonna investigate these coffins. I'm gonna put my backpack on this one first, and then investigate this one. Do I need a investigate check?
Yes, roll for investigate.
Oh,
Looking inside the coffins, you find nothing but old, rotting skeletons.
oh, all of them are skeletons?
Yep, except for
Oh,
this empty one here.
okay. I'm gonna just do what that one dude told me to do. I'm gonna grab my backpack and then I'm gonna start sacred flaming the coffins. And then I'm gonna leave.
All right. You sacred flame all of the coffins, and smoke begins to fill the room as they burn away into ash and dust.
Nice. It was hard getting through that doorway.
Yeah, it's a tight squeeze for big metal man. Walking through the halls, your light shines on stone that shows detailed scenes of the conquest of some ancient hero.
Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna put my backpack on this one and then search this one.
Okay, go ahead and roll for investigation.
A little better.
As you open up the coffins, you find rotting skeletons and a few small trinkets, various rings, things of that nature. Nothing overly special, just what you would expect to find on any skeleton that you were to dig up in a grave today.
Oh, so is it anything worth anything?
Yeah, in totality, it's worth about 5 gold pieces, everything that you find.
Can I just put that on my gold pieces, or do I put that like things I have to sell?
Yeah, you have to put it, things that you have to sell because remember, you only get half of the value of anything. So if they're worth 5 gold pieces, you get 2 gold and 5 silver. but you can get that as soon as the session ends back in town.
Awesome.
You don't have to haggle or anything. You just are
Very
are like, here's this, and they're like, here's the gold value for that.
nice. Okay, and that was just in this coffin or in all the coffins?
That's all the coffins. I just went ahead and did a search for the whole room because I already know that there's nothing else going on there.
Yeah. Okay.
Coming into this room, you see a statue of a great hero from long ago. He is wearing ancient looking armor that you have not seen the like of.
I want to make something like that. Can I like sketch that?
Yeah, so you kind of look at it, admiring it, and subconsciously almost the composite plating in your body begins to shift so that your armor now takes on a more antiquated and heroic look, a lot like this armor that you see on this statue.
And that's how we explain how my token looks different.
Yep.
That's awesome. Um, okay, yeah. So, but yeah, I'm totally making something like that later. Um, can I do like a survival or like a wisdom check to see like if I hear anything or like if I'm like
Yeah, so
see any tracks?
so with passive perception, I would let you know if you heard anything offhand, but if you want to stop and actually listen, then you roll for perception.
Okay. Oh, oh,
Yeah, you don't hear anything, just the faint howling of the wind, rushing through the tunnels.
nice. And by the way, is anything on that statue like metal?
No, the statue is carved completely of some kind of precious, not precious stone, but like valuable, stone like a marble or something like that.
Oh, nice. And by the way, how long has it been since the fight? Oh,
Yep, stop right there. It has been like a couple of minutes, just from searching the coffins, really. The walking was, no time at all, basically, but, stopping to
right.
search those coffins, like, 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Well, Shield of Faith has a 10-minute thing. Is it is it up still or no?
We're going to have it be up for now, but at the end of this, it will not be.
Okay, awesome.
Essentially, it's running out. You can see it
No.
flashing. How it gives you that little countdown.
Yeah. Um, so before I start attacking, can I do like a insight check from my like last fight and see like what would be my best plan of action for fighting two of these things?
Yeah,
Two
so
swarms?
so go ahead and roll a wisdom check. An unskilled wisdom check, not a wisdom
Okay.
save. Okay, so Sir Pierre is smart enough to know that the two swarms cannot possibly both get to him and invade his space if he uses his shield and makes himself as big as possible in that tight hallway that he's in right there and backs up just one step. So basically you're going to force the swarms to come at you one at a time.
Oh, nice. Okay. So I'm gonna do that and hold my action to Warhammer.
As soon as they enter your space there.
Yeah. Yeah, as soon
Perfect.
as they're within 5 feet of me.
Yep, perfect.
Oh man, that don't hit.
No, in his rush to get into a defensive position, Sir Pierre miscalculates his swing, and the swarm is upon him before he can hit them. Oops, I had the wrong ones grabbed.
Oh,
There we go. Same difference.
yeah, doesn't matter. Not
But
like I hit them.
yeah, but for the initiative, I like to keep it accurate.
Yeah.
So as promised, the other swarm moves in behind the first swarm but cannot attack you.
Nice.
And you swing hard at the swarm with your warhammer, holding them off with your shield and messing up a few of the bats. Now, again, I don't think a swarm can actually get advantage, but by doing this, you would prevent any advantage that any creatures could gain on you.
Right. That was nearly a
Yeah,
natural 20.
yeah, minimum damage, but
Right.
the bats just cannot pierce your thick adamantine composite plating.
I'm gonna try something different.
Muttering a incantation, prayer to the gods, you lift your hands and form a divine gesture. Fire rains down on the swarm, and let's see if they make their save.
Oh, I made it.
Yep, they make their save. No damage is dealt.
Jeez.
These bats just can't win.
Nice.
And again, you deal enough damage to finally cause them to disperse enough that they are noticeably weakened.
Nice.
Swarm number 2 just waiting their turn.
Nice.
Another max damage. The swarm is feeling the sting of your warhammer.
Right? I don't really care about the fire though.
They just got lucky.
Yeah. Well, that and it's just a cantrip.
Right, so it's not like it even did half damage once they made it. It
Right.
just negated, so, you know. Is that your turn?
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Oh man,
Once
doesn't
again,
hit.
the two bats remaining are just clinging on to you, which is actually allowing the other swarm to move in now,
Oh geez.
because there's only a couple bats left in this one.
Yeah. And that's the smaller swarm.
All right, swinging at the last couple of bats left on the smaller swarm, you manage to just a second. Oh no, you managed to deal some damage, but they're still up. I thought you had them for a second there.
Oh geez. They still got that. How do they have resistance? Because they're a swarm?
Because they're a swarm.
Uh.
Ignore that. They did not attack the other swarm. I was trying to click on you, but
They almost got me.
yeah, that was a close one.
What what do they have to attack? What do they add to it?
4.
Oh, so it's like 19 or 20.
Yeah, I got a 10% chance of hitting you.
Wait, no. Yeah, it is 19 or
Yep,
20.
19 or 20.
Yeah.
But still, even with a 10% chance of hitting, I should have hit you by now.
Right?
I
You
mean,
you did
more
hit
than
me
once.
once.
More than once. I should have hit you more than
Right.
once. Because I've attacked you like almost 20 times.
Right. Yeah, I rolled a 1.
Yes, I do not do any kind of like critical fumble like penalties typically unless it really works with the story, like the way things are playing out, that it just would be really cool to do something with a crit
I
fumble
feel
like
like
that.
right. I feel like the crit fumbles are super funny when it's But like I feel like it should be every time it's a double one. You know, like you get 2 ones in a row. Oh wow. Oh, it's still the swarm's turn. Oh man.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
totally
I I will
punched
I
out at
will
the wrong
allow it
time.
this time. It's okay.
My bad.
It's okay. So you swing at the smaller swarm again,
Yeah.
and this time you manage to take them out.
Nice. Sorry.
It is okay. So now we just skip your turn because that was your turn.
Yeah. Geez, round 10, these things have been holding on,
It's that resistance.
right?
That's a hard thing to overcome.
Do they have slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning?
Yeah, which means that you were on the right track with doing things like Sacred Flame and all of that because you want to deal that area of effect elemental type damage. Even though Sacred Flame
Right,
isn't actually area of effect, for a swarm like this, I rule that it is.
right. Yeah. I'd use inflict wounds, but they're just not hitting me, so it's not really worth it, you know?
No, yeah. As long as you're winning the war of attrition, there's no need to switch up your tactics.
Right. That one was a good one.
You almost have them down to their half life.
Nice.
Oh my god. So close.
With the Shield of Faith, it's kind of unfair.
It is your character is just a little bit, borked to begin with, but
Right.
but once you start adding in the Shield of Faith type stuff, yeah, you know.
Yeah. And but the downside to it is like if my party finds like some really cool magic armor, I can't wear
Oh yeah,
it.
yeah. But in a campaign like this, where most of the items are purchased through the NPC shop, with the exception of like we're gonna do like a world event where everybody fights like the orc warlord and whoever beats him gets his like sword or something like that, Like so with the exception of like some really
Right.
cool special items here and there, most of the stuff you're just going to purchase from the NPC shop anyway.
Right. Did it get down to half damage?
You know it. But yeah, I have some plans to do like
Oh,
a world
nice.
event where everybody gets to fight the same boss and the first one to defeat them gets like a unique magic item.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I figured it'd be a really fun thing for everybody to do. Swinging your hammer as hard as you can, you smash 3 bats at once against the wall, leaving only one bat to kind of just try to fly away. It takes the disengage action and then flies away.
Oh, I'm following it. Where did it go? Wherever it's going, I'm totally following it. Is it in here? Can I like grab him out of the sky or something?
That's where he is. So that's your turn, its turn, and now it's your turn again. You move up, and what do you do?
I'm gonna grab it and try to like rip it in half or something. Did you hear me?
Swinging around at the bat like a madman, Sir Pierre grabs a hold of the bat in midair. You now have the bat in your hands. What do you do? That's
I
enough
either
damage to kill it. So, like, you just describe exactly what you want to
I
do.
just put it I just put it in my Warforged mouth and start grinding my mouth.
And as
You
you
know,
do that,
chewing.
you chomp down hard with the metal plates that comprise your jaw and just kind of bite its head off with a spurt of blood hitting your face and leaving a mark like a Scottish warrior.
Nice. I'm gonna check these crates. Should I
Yeah.
do a
So
investigation?
go ahead and roll investigation.
Ooh, natural
So
20.
the first thing you notice is that these locked chests appear to have some kind of trap mechanism protecting the keyhole.
Oh, do I see like where it's like located, like the trap
Yeah,
that will set off?
it's in the lock mechanism.
Yeah, but do I like see what it will be?
Oh yeah,
Like, is it poison?
it's a poison needle.
Okay, I'm totally gonna punch the lock because I have resistance to poison as a Warforged.
You're correct. All right. So make a Constitution save with advantage.
Okay, okay. Con save at advantage.
So the poison needle jabs into your knuckle, bending slightly but piercing and sticking in. You pull it out, and you can feel a slight tingle.
Do I?
Definitely some form of poison has entered what passes for your circulatory system. You know, you're not
Right,
exactly, just a solid piece of wood that doesn't have any, flowing. You have a sap that kind of flows through you and all of that. And you can feel a tingle
right.
and feel that something tried to affect it, but maybe squishy, meat bags would have felt, the effects of this, but you are just putting it down. You're fine.
And the other locks have the same thing?
Uh, yes. So
I'm gonna
you
do
can,
it
yeah.
to them too.
So go ahead and just roll two more. The damage isn't enough to like do anything damage wise.
Right. So I at least pass one more.
As we're gonna kind of say that you pass the second one, you get stabbed with the second one and you put it down once again. But as the third one enters your knuckle, you start to regret doing it all with the same hand because suddenly the poison begins to take hold of that hand. Take
Oh man.
take hold on.
You there?
Yeah, hold on just 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. Uh take 2 strength damage.
What does that mean?
That means okay, so open up your character sheet and go to the um, core stats,
Uh-huh.
and then under strength right there, reduce your score to 14 for right now.
Temporarily?
Yeah,
Okay. Um, well then, and like, do I take 2 damage as well?
no.
Oh, okay. So that hand is just a little weaker now.
Yeah, your hand basically is going numb, but now you have to save again.
Oh,
You have to
okay.
you have to save until you cure over the next couple rounds here. So okay, there you
Oh,
go.
there we go.
So on the next round, you like kind of grin and bear it and concentrate and you put the poison down, but its numbing effects will remain in effect until you take a long rest. So you just have -2 strength for the rest of this encounter, and then
Okay.
at the end of the session, make sure that you set your strength to 16 again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Will do. I'm gonna try to open these now. Did my punching them unlock them as well?
Well, yeah, basically, we're gonna go ahead and say that you punched them until they were open.
Nice. Okay, well then, what's in them?
Okay, so in the first chest, you find a small amount of coin. It's a lot of lesser coins, but you're just going to exchange them for the higher value coins when you get back to the town anyway, so that you're not carrying, you know, 300 copper pieces.
Wait, there's 300 copper?
Yes.
Okay. And then that's it in that one?
Yeah.
Okay. And then in this one?
So in the next chest, when you smash it open, you find a like basically what you would consider to be um, like a brooch, but like it's it's you know how the military has like the plate with all the different metals, hanging off of it. This is like
Yeah.
a medieval equivalent of that, where it's got the symbol of this house, and then like a couple of different adornments that must symbolize great deeds or accomplishments.
Do I think it's worth anything?
I mean, it is definitely, finely made and something of interest. As far as worth anything, that would, greatly depend. It doesn't appear to be made of like gold or anything like that. That's like saying, does a purple heart look like it's worth anything?
Yeah. I'm gonna hold on to it because it's metal, because I can do stuff with metal. How much does it weigh? Or how much do you think it is worth as scrap?
It's like about a pound. I mean, it's pretty big, the central crest, and then it has several other metal adornments hanging off of it, symbolizing different things. So like it's this
Okay.
guy's house symbol, and then each one of the like things is one of the great deeds that he did, and it's been symbolized by a different metal that adorns this.
How much do I think it's worth as scrap for
I
like my metal thing, you
Oh
know?
yeah, I don't know, like as just pure scrap, like 5 copper.
Okay.
It's nothing like special as far as the metals that it's made out of, but the way that it's made, you know, is interesting.
Okay. And then at this last chest over here.
Okay, so the last chest over there, when you open it up, there is a leather bound book that is laid in a bed of some kind of satin or silk, and it has a ornate metal clasp sealing it shut.
Huh. Okay. I'm gonna identify it ritualistically.
All right, so now your shield of faith is gone at the end of that battle, but now for sure it is
Yeah.
because you're casting a ritual casting of identify. As you do so, the divine power that gives you the ability to cast identify fills your eyes, and you glow a silvery aluminum glow to your eyes, and you look at the book and you can see that there is nothing magical about it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna um I'm gonna grab these things and put them in the doorway and take a long rest like over here, you know? Like
Uh,
put the chests in the doorway.
if you take a long rest, then that's the end.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll keep going. Um,
You're taking everything,
no. No, I'm just taking the
300 copper.
yeah, I took the 300 copper and then the metal worth 5 copper.
Okay, but not the
And
book. You're just
and
leaving the book where it is.
no, I grabbed the book, but I don't know what to put on my thing. Like what should I say? Like ornate book or something?
Ornate book,
Okay. How much does it weigh?
1 pound. Actually, wait, books weigh 2 pounds, I think.
Okay.
I mean, I'll
Okay, I'm
I'll
gonna
adjust it
do.
if it's wrong, but go with 2 pounds
Yeah,
for
that's no
now.
good. I can probably lift just about anything.
You see how that statue has spikes on it, and you have spikes too? That works so perfectly.
I know that literally does.
As you come into this room, you see a pile of bones cast at the bottom of a set of stairs leading
Can I
up
do a
to the next level.
can I do a wisdom check to see if I think that those are skeletons that are gonna eat me or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nice.
So, barring them coming to life all of a sudden, you don't really see any reason to be afraid of a pile of bones. But you
Okay.
also don't necessarily see any reason to have to go look at the pile of bones up close either.
Right. Do I see anything shiny from where I'm walking around them from?
No, not in particular, but if you would like to roll an investigate check to go look at them more closely, you can, but then that's looking at them more closely, which is not exactly necessary.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna just keep going. Oh well, it's bloody in here.
Yes, you see a lot of blood off to your left.
Okay. Good thing I don't have blood. Okay. So there's definitely skeletons in here. Put my backpack on this one, and I'm opening this one. Wait, and I'm also casting Shield of Faith. Wait, actually, I'll wait. I'll wait. So do I do an investigate to the coffin?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. So you look at the coffin, and there is just rotting bones and nothing more.
Okay. Um, can I look in this one then?
Yes.
Investigate? That's a little better.
Again, rotting bones and nothing more.
I'm a I'm a hit him this time.
Smashing the skeleton, just having experienced the living dead not that long ago, it crumbles into dust beneath your warhammer.
Okay. Grabbing my backpack. I'm gonna investigate this one too.
Once again, you find rotting bones and a another ring worth 1 gold piece.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna up the thing stuff to sell by 1 gold piece.
Yep.
Okay. Um, and then I'm gonna go up here.
Okay.
and investigate.
There is an open coffin in the middle.
Oh, what
Looking
did I see in it?
looking at it, you can see the dry, taut skin of a corpse. It looks
But it's not like a skeleton?
it's not a skeleton. It looks recently deceased compared to everything else around here.
Oh, well then I'm definitely gonna I'm gonna just yell at it.
As you approach and get a better look at this strange, not, skeleton. No, stay where you were.
Oh,
That's as close as you're gonna want to be.
okay.
As you approach and get a better look, it sits straight up in its
Oh
coffin
jeez.
and hisses at you.
Oh, oh jeez.
That's a roll you wanted to win.
Yeah, probably.
The vampire spends half of its movement to stand up from the prone position it was in its coffin and attacks you, attempting to unarmed strike you, and if it hits, instead of dealing damage, it can grapple you.
Oh jeez. But oh, um, first of all, that's super rude. Second of all, wait, where's the damage? It says it crit, but it doesn't show any damage.
Yeah, hold on. You have to click damage on the spell, and then it'll show the damage. Everything you want it to show, you have to click on that. But now let's make sure it has the right damage. 4d6 radiant.
So does it still crit or no?
I'm sorry, I was just making sure that was right. Yes, it's still gonna crit, so just roll it twice because that'll give you 2 rolls of the damage.
So 10 and 12.
There you go. So you
So,
deal 22 radiant damage to the starved vampire spawn, and it reels back, hissing in anger.
and I get advantage on my next attack.
Yes, you do. Well, technically, the next attack that targets it gets advantage, but since you're the only one.
Yeah, indeed.
Not to, play the actually card.
Right.
Always good for the stream, though, to show a healthy knowledge of the rules.
Oh yeah, that's the end of my turn. Because I cannot do. Geez, it is super hard scrolling back through it. Because I cannot do whatchamacallit, Shield of Faith.
Now that the vampire spawn can take its full action, it is going to, um, first of all, it gets regeneration now.
Wait, isn't it like vulnerable to Radiant?
Nope. I would just double check that just to
Really?
be sure.
Oh, I thought it would be.
Nope. And now it multi attacks you.
Nice.
Okay. So the first one is a
The
critical hit that
but crit
cannot
damage doesn't
yeah,
affect
that
me.
cannot crit you, that deals 7 bludgeoning damage. However, I can also choose to grapple you,
Oh,
which is what the vampire is going to choose to do because it wants
instead?
to try to drink your blood. It doesn't realize that you are not a living thing like that it can drink the blood of. It can sense that you have a life force and thinks that you're just an armored warrior and it's going to rip your
Right.
helmet off and drink your blood. So it grapples you with that crit and now has you, and you need to make an escape difficulty class 13 attempt to escape the grapple.
Okay. So, a athletics?
Yes,
Athletics check?
yes. All right. So you grab the vampire's hand and pull it off of your shoulder and around your neck and spin around and face the vampire once again.
Nice. I thought in 5e the DC is there is like it the DC I thought was gonna be 26. 'Cause if that's a grapple, you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Because like if I was grappling him, I'd have to roll a athletics check,
Uh-huh.
which is probably the same as his attack modifier. Um,
See,
so it doesn't
where
matter.
you're becoming confused is he's not attempting to grapple you. He automatically gets to grapple you because he hit. Now you must roll the
Oh,
escape difficulty class of 13 in order to break free from the grapple.
oh, it's like an ability. Okay.
You are
Is it
correct that to attempt to grapple, you would have to meet or beat his
set the
attack
DC?
roll
Yeah.
to, yes.
Okay,
So,
so it's my turn?
well, now you used your action to break free from the grapple, so now you're free
Oh, okay.
again. But
Okay.
you can move or do whatever else you want. You have bonus actions, all
No.
of that. You're
Oh,
like,
well,
no, no, I'm gonna stand right here. Let's go.
right. uh, oh, he's healing again?
Yeah.
That's what he's doing as an action?
No, no,
Rude.
he automatically heals every round.
Oh, that's not even okay.
And this time it is going to
Yeah.
deal the damage. So 8.
Does he like look wounded or something?
Oh, for sure.
Um.
It's half starved. When you first encountered it, it was in a state of like
Oh,
torpor.
jeez. That was pretty good. That was a pretty good roll. Does that hit his AC?
It does hit its AC, and once again, you
Dealing another 22.
oh, but you dealt necrotic damage.
Yeah, is it
It resists
resistant to
it,
necrotic?
it resists necrotic damage. Yep.
Uh, upsetting.
Still, you did offset its regeneration, so it's a
Right.
win to an extent. And this time it grabs you again, sensing that you're weak enough to perhaps, be drank from this time.
I'm I'm probably my next turn if it um I'm probably just gonna be like, dude, stop trying to drink me. It's weird. Like this isn't working.
Hey, you want to see me drink this guy?
So I'm grappled.
You are grappled.
Um, I'm. Can I use like? Can I actually like try to persuade this dude to like let go of me because I literally don't have what he's looking for?
You could try, yeah.
Because I literally don't have what he's looking for. Like look at my wounds, dude. Am I bleeding?
Hey, you're making very, sane, logical arguments.
That's pretty.
So as you are, you know, just not even really resisting the grapple at this point, you just kind of turn and start to explain that you don't have any blood. Unfortunately for you, the difficulty class is 20 because this thing is starved and just is not listening to food.
Oh, okay. Um, is that my action?
It's not really your action to go ahead and speak, you know, but you also were like not specifically taking a hostile action because you were like trying to be persuasive about it. What would you like to do though?
Um, I I would like to hit him with my hammer now, or
Yeah,
you
no,
know.
cuz you were trying to persuade it so you wouldn't have been tensing and ready to
Yeah.
smash it with your hammer.
Okay. Um, I guess that's it for my turn then.
Also, I'm pretty sure you take a pretty serious penalty for trying to attack while grappled, right? You'd have disadvantage.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's just that I can't move.
You just can't move. I would rule that in this instance you would have disadvantage trying to attack somebody who's actively like grabbing onto you and grappling you successfully.
Okay. Okay.
I think I forgot to do that last turn, but oh well. Unbelievable. So the vampire spawn goes to pull your neck, to the side and bite into it. And as it tries to bite into your neck, it just hits the hardened adamantine plating and cannot get a bite.
Um, would the DC be lower this time if I tried to explain it this time? Because, like, it's just not working out for this guy, you know?
Well, yeah, I would lower it by 2 just for this round only because it just saw that like, hey, look, metal.
Right? Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
That is insane.
No way. By two, you see, oh my god.
Yeah, and like, I
Oh my god.
specifically chose that because that meant that you would have to have rolled a 15 or greater again.
Right.
That's, basically pretty long odds.
For real. Oh my gosh. That's and 15 twice in a row, that's pretty long odds too. Oh.
Unfortunately, what that means is that you have now convinced it to just kick your ass. So
Why?
it lets go of you and you can attack this turn still,
Okay.
or do whatever else you want. But yeah, it's like, okay, like now I'm gonna
That's
destroy you.
He's like, that's fair. You got me. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad at all. Unfortunately, the vampire spawn resists your non-magical weapon attack.
Oh, jeez.
The downside of putting your point into armor.
Indeed. That's true.
Oh, the upside of putting your point into armor.
Exactly. Oh, jeez.
You got to do more damage than that.
I know.
This thing's going to heal to full. I'm just kidding. It can't. It can only heal to half
Okay,
hit
good.
points. It's
Okay,
it's
good. I was
star
like,
it's
geez.
starved, and until it can feed on living blood, it can only heal to half hit points. A little house rule that I made in order to balance it. Because a vampire spawn would destroy you.
Can right.
But a
Yes, I
half hit
definitely
point
did.
vampire spawn, hey, you got a chance. Your best
Maybe.
chance though
I
was to
don't think
finish
so.
it off in that first couple rounds after you had critted it.
I know.
Did you remember to take advantage on your next attack?
I didn't. I don't think I
Oh,
hit my next attack, and I think it was
oh
a
man.
spell. Yeah, that's okay.
No advantage, so both misses.
Uh,
Sir Pierre keeps deflecting the vampire's attacks round after round, but how long can he keep it up in his weakened state?
oh my gosh. This is getting insane. Oh my gosh.
The battle is beginning to wear even on the Warforged who never tires. And the vampire spawn smashes you down, bringing its fist across
Oh,
your face
geez.
and knocking you unconscious.
You got me.
So, what we're gonna
So what
do?
happens?
Yep, I'm gonna get to that right now. Okay, so the first thing that happens is you roll a death save.
Okay. It says I already have 2 successes and 2 failures.
I'm
How do I?
opening you and I'm opening your sheet and I'm going to clear those for you right now.
Awesome.
And go ahead and roll a death saving throw. That's not how you
Oh
start.
my god.
That's not how you start. Go ahead
I
and
know.
roll again.
Oh
Oh
my gosh.
no,
Okay, oh my
no.
gosh.
And one more
That sucks.
time.
Hopefully not one more time. Yeah, one more time.
One more time.
He's yeah.
So, Sir Pierre has died. But this is how
Yeah.
this plays out.
Hmm.
Your body is still attuned to the castle in the clouds. And as it
And my
teleports away,
squire's there.
what's that?
And my squire's there.
Yes. So, as you teleport back to the castle in the clouds, the pieces that comprise you, your squire sees that your life force has extinguished. However, you are a cleric,
A knight.
a knight,
Yeah.
and a cleric. So your squire brings you to the temple, and as a special bonus for playing this solo and hanging in there and giving us a chance to get going here, you get resurrected for free one time. One
Nice.
time.
Okay.
Don't don't expect this ever again. But Sir Pierre
Okay.
has been resurrected as a knight and cleric. He is worth enough for them to say, yep, you know what? One mulligan.
One mulligan. Okay.
And that is where
How
we
much
shall
how much
end.
will the temple charge from now on?
From now on, you need to basically get somebody to resurrect you, and the temple charges at cost for a revive spell. So it's a diamond worth what, 500 gold or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they do it at cost. So you have to have somebody that can pay that for you.
Okay. Or could you like pay it in advance? And then like if they see your
Yeah,
body in your
until
spot,
we until
they'll
we get
just
until we get more players, we'll allow something like that. But I want to encourage building relationships in the community to where like you have a buddy who is willing to go and pay and get you revived.
right.
And then you can, transfer and pay him or whatever. That's not the important part. The important part is that I want it to be a living world to where the things that happen are the things that are driven by the player's actions.
Good thing that I convinced it that I wasn't food, because it probably would have just like not even let me do those death saves. Even though that the death saves were terrible.
Yeah, yeah. If you hadn't like convinced it that you weren't food, it was probably going to rip you to pieces in a rage.
Right.
As was it just kind of, knocked you out and kicked you a little bit.
And was like, I'm going back to sleep or something.
Yeah, it's basically this vampire has been starving because this this world, this dimension experienced a complete extinction of all of the living humanoids. So the only thing left are like undead and things like that. So this vampire spawn has been starving for a long time. It can't
Wow.
it can't die, but it's also not really alive.
Okay. Um, is there any news about the baggage of holding?
I will post something in the Discord channel as soon as any new items are available. You have a couple of games before you will hit level 3, which is when a lot of the next stuff becomes available.
I thought that I hit level 3 next game.
Uh,
Or,
nope.
because,
It's 2 times your level. So you got to do 2
oh,
games to get to level 2 and then 4 games to get to level 3.
this is my third game.
Right, right. 4 more games. 6 games.
Oh, okay.
And this is your
Okay.
this is your 4th game.
Oh, this is my fourth game?
Yeah. Isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah, cuz you've played every game so far.
yeah, I've played every game.
Yeah. So this is your 4th game. So 2 more games and then you hit level 3. And that's when a lot of the next uh step up in magical gear becomes available from the NPC shop. I mean, not like the +2 stuff or anything, mind you, just some of the other, you know, utility items and all of that.
Oh, this is my fourth game because there was a free game. I totally forgot.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, what? Yeah. I was like,
And, for anybody tuning in, 1 free game is the offer for anybody who wants to join us. We're really looking to get some players in. We want you to come join us and have some fun.
right? It's actually super fun. Super, super fun.
And it'll be a
The
lot
I
more
needed
fun
help
if
with
we
this
can get.
vampire. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
exactly. It'll be a lot more fun if we can get some more people in here and not have to watch Sir Pierre get his butt handed to him.
Right? I can only be so overpowered.
All right. Well, thanks for playing once again. Thanks to anybody who is joining us for the live stream. And as always, everyone, good gaming.
Good game.